What if I told you the system that's been controlling humanity has been around for over 1,000 years?
Babylon, Rome, modern banking, it's all connected. Most people aren't even noticing, but today we're going to cut the ropes.
The prison loop, the shackles, it survived for millennia, but only as long as we believe it does.
Welcome to Liberty Tree. Let's dive in.
Let's get down to business to defeat the elites. Why'd you send me demons when I asked for God's son? You're the most liberal bunch I've ever met, and you can bet before it's through I'll make a conspiracy theorist out of you.
Babylon, feudal Europe, central banks, same structure, just a different mask.
Rome fell, but the elites didn't disappear. They evolved. Legions scattered, but the resources and the land, it all still belonged to the same powerful group of people that siphoned their way around into new spheres of influence, including the rise of the Catholic Church.
One of the biggest examples, speaking of the Catholic Church, is the story of Jesus Christ itself and the church. Jesus Christ was told to us as a humble carpenter's son, while with a little bit further digging, people may or may not know when they say of House of David, they mean King David. And this was a royal blood lineage where Mary and Joseph were both of the lineage. So when they talk about born in a manger, when you look at it in a Eurocentric view, which is most of our worldview today, your brain can then unpack that the manger is more like horse stables. And the reason they were in horse stables is because the guest house was full. Because this was a very well-connected family. They may not have been draping in riches, but by no means was this a poor, humble carpenter's son. But the story of Jesus Christ has been manipulated to make you believe if you live in humble beginnings and humble things, you too can achieve greatness, and you can tithe and do all of these things. It is one of the biggest forms of manipulation that I think exist, at least still today in this modern day and age.
If you also think about it critically, back in the day, if you were to travel and you were poor, you most likely would be traveling on foot, not on a donkey or a camel, as most depictions and maybe historical records would show. Added to that, if your wife is high pregnant, there's a lot of risk on the road, which means you can afford that. You can afford that risk.
That's just one example, but we've got more to tell you. Families like the Rothschilds, they didn't invent control, but they did perfect it.
Ultimately, central banking is a skeleton. It's the invisible framework behind everything that we buy, owe, and invest in.
It's not magic. Debt, fear, and obedience, that's the glue that holds it together.
If you buy in, the system works. But as soon as we stop, things start to unravel. And then they unravel very quickly.
All right, I'm going to get a little woo-woo on you. Once we realize that we're spiritual beings, debt, fear, and institutions lose power.
The revolution that everybody is talking about, it's not going to be happening out on the streets. It's going to be happening in our consciousness. Once enough of us start to awaken, they lose leverage and the system begins to crumble.
What would your life look like if the ropes disappeared tomorrow?
And you woke up in the morning without any shackles? Comment below. We'd love to know what that looks like for you.
All right, guys. So we tried a new format today. We're hoping you guys enjoyed it. And we've been thinking about this. There's something that's a little bit Gnostic in this. So that's the woo-woo nature of it. Mm-hmm. But the idea is that as we raise our consciousness and realize that we're all connected, animals, plants, all living things, debt's not real, the whole system's not real, it will break. They need to keep us this way. So we hope you enjoyed this, and
we'll see you on the next one.